Hi, everybody. Have a look at Bill Maher, the famous American talk show host, talking about how there are a growing number of people on the left that are prepared to find ways to support, justify, or even just shrug their shoulders at the Hamas brutality. And his conversation occurred just in the immediate aftermath of October 7th, because he makes some really important points. Have a watch.
I think this past week has been a real important moment for a moral reckoning on the American left. Because there is a small, and I'm going to emphasize that, a very small but growing and extremely loud faction on the American left that has revealed itself.
I don't know how
to
small
be
anymore.
Okay, well, I mean,
it was all over. It was.
Well, we just had a conversation about the algorithm, right? And I think you have a few groups. You have some college groups. You have some activist groups.
It's college.
Okay, and again, having gone to college, I thank God every day that social media didn't exist when I was there. But I will just say, my friend Dan Dresner from Tufts University wrote, I think recently he just posted it again. He's like, college is where you go to say stupid things. That is not to defend what they said. I think these things were
I didn't buy that, by the way. The professors as well have been awful.
gross and reckless. And I'll note that a number of groups that have signed some of these statements have been pulling themselves off it. I don't want to overrepresent this as part of the political left. I absolutely accept a responsibility as someone who is on the left and wants to build a responsible and effective left of calling this out. But I don't think we should overrepresent these feelings on the left, because they are not a majority. They are not close to a majority.
I think we need to...
I hope not. They're a lot bigger than they used to be.
Well, we hear a lot more about them.
Bill's right. They're a lot bigger than they used to be. That's the point. That unfortunately, it's not fair. It's not right to say that this is just a small minority. Look at those professors of Harvard, MIT, and I can't remember, was it Penn State, that were basically not prepared to say that calling for the genocide of Jews would constitute harassment. And even on people who are sort of more towards the middle left, my concern is that what they do is they say, I believe Israel has a right to defend themselves, but it wears thin. And after not too much pressure, they start to say, oh, well, Israel should stop and they're doing too much and it's over the top, even though Israel has shown more military precision in the history of urban warfare. So even though he may say, do you consider those people to be hostile to Israel? They may say no, but actually they sort of are. So unfortunately, this is problems that are happening even in the parts of the left that may be described as a bit more towards the center. But by the way, I'm under no illusions. There's also growing problems on the right, especially in America, of more classical anti-Semitism. And of course, there's the Islamist hatred. Marvelous, isn't it? Coming at the Jews from all different angles. But the good news is that we also have a lot of friends, and more people are, maybe even if they're jumping on bandwagons that are hostile to Israel, with a bit of enlightenment, a bit of conversation, a bit of knowledge, and a bit of openness, they change and they are enlightened. So that's an important point that we must stick to and remember, and we must keep doing our part to tell the truth.